Hey Sacramento, happy Friday. I am Molly Real and I am solving all of your problems this weekend when it comes to where should we go out? Where should we eat this weekend? Where should we dine? So this is Field and Flame. It is a brand new restaurant in the heart of Midtown, and it's combining Mediterranean flavors and dishes with a little bit of American cuisine. Now the name is very important. Field meaning, well, Sacramento, farm to fork capital, right? Agriculture. 80% of the produce that you will find here is sourced locally. And then flame, well, when it gets to the kitchen, it meets that flame. And the results, delicious. Look at this charred halloumi cheese. Beautiful. Now, this is the owner, Farouz. Hey, thank you so much for having us. Those dishes look beautiful. I was just telling them about the importance of the name. 80% produce meets the flame here. And I know these dishes, there's a lot of heart in these dishes, aren't there? It's a really reflection of your background.
Yep. So most of the items, as you mentioned, that comes from local farmers. That's why we call this place Field and Flame Midtown. And about these dishes, more than 70% of dishes are our own recipe, and which is especially my own recipe. We've been working on these recipes so long time. For example, that filet mignon skewers, we are keeping that filet mignon pieces in the refrigerator, minimum 8 hours, with our own special marination. That's why it's going to disappear in our mouth right before hit the stomach. That halloumi cheeses comes from Cyprus. It's a little bit salty, but we are churning with orange juice. That's why it's so sweet and sour.
And then tell us about this right here.
Rack of lamb comes with smoked eggplant with bulgur rice, which is healthiest rice in the earth still. And on top, it's a chimichurri sauce and with our own marination too. Yep.
I'm just not over this halloumi cheese. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. This is so delicious. I can't put it into words. That creamy, salty, the little bit of orange juice. I'm obsessed with that. Now, of course, the bar menu is incredible as well. Cheryl's making some cocktails. Here she was soaking strawberries in Aperol for a nice little spritz. And then this Turkish coffee, if you want to show us, Cheryl. So I came here a few weeks ago with friends. We are still talking about this Turkish coffee martini.
This is one of our signature cocktail, and it's, so far it's best selling and everyone is talking about it. So like you.
Right. So if you're someone who orders an espresso martini, that might become your new favorite. Now I know you're new, but you also just rolled out a breakfast on the weekend. So I hope you'll stick around because that's what's coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. And if all of these flavors tell us anything about what we have to expect, then boy, are we in for fun. So again, this weekend, if you're thinking to yourself, what should I do? Come to Field and Flame, support local. Good day, find your happy place. I just did. We'll see you after the break.
We'll get the Bloody Mary that you've been dreaming about at one new spot in Midtown.
Yeah, Molly is there live this morning, checking out that and a whole lot more on the menu. Hey, Molly.
And you guys, I have my fork ready to go because as we talk about these menu items, I am just going to taste and taste and taste. I'm telling you what, we are at Field and Flame Midtown. So far, there is not anything that I have eaten that has not blown my mind. So earlier we were talking about the name Field. 80% of the produce that is served here is local. How cool is that? Flame, well, when that produce, the food meets the flame, then that's the magic that you find right here. I also want to point out, we met Farouz, the owner, earlier. All of this, his heart is in every single inch of this restaurant, including the walls. Let's take a look at those paintings, those that your wife did these.
Yes, she designed that, and it took almost a month. And as I mentioned that to you, it's a goddess of fertilizer. Her name is Cybele.
That's great.
Yep.
Okay, and so earlier we talked about some of the lunch and dinner menu items. A lot of it with Mediterranean influence. These zucchini fritters, those are your grandmother's recipe. But you guys just rolled out a Turkish Mediterranean breakfast on the weekends, and we want to talk about that. So talk us through these menu items. And as I said, I'm just going to taste my way through it all.
All right. So first of all, this plate just came so popular last couple of years. It's a well-known Turkish breakfast, and especially in Europe, people are noticing that it's one of the healthiest breakfasts in the world. And we are combining some raw veggies and some the fruits. For example, we have a couple of different of the Mediterranean olives with some raw veggies, and this is honey with buttermilk and couple of different style of Mediterranean cheeses, and these are our Turkish nuts with some dried raisins and apricots, and this is our Turkish jam, and this one called menemen, it's a Mediterranean style scrambled eggs with tomato sauce with feta cheese, which is I grew up with that kind of, you know, the
it's
eggs
incredible.
at the breakfast. Yep. And we are serving as a side of the curly parsley with olive oil, it's so good with digestion when you're eating that kind of stuff. By the way, we are serving some Turkish pastries. We call that one simit, it's a Turkish bagel, and poğaça, it's a regular kind of croissant, but it's the Greek style of croissant. And
That's your house-made granola, which I hear is incredible. And then tell us about these eggs.
chilbur, which is poached egg, but we're serving with chili oil with garlic yogurt on top. It's parsley. Yep, as you see. Yep.
Oh, yum. It's so good, and it's so light. I mean, even the parsley as for digestion, like you walk out of here feeling good. Now, speaking of light, I did want to talk to Cheryl about this Bloody Mary. I know you've been working really hard on it.
Yeah, so I created an Anatolian Bloody Mary, and we did a fresh arugula oil that adds a real lightness and brightness. And we are featuring it with a house-made pickle as well, and for a little special touch.
Now, we don't have much time, but I did want you to talk about this very, very quickly. What are we seeing here?
So we are seeing rakı, and it's a Turkish style of uzo, and we are serving at the dinner and our brunch too. As Cheryl is doing that right now, we are mixing with cold water. It became a white, and it's really nice spritz, combining with our breakfast or our dinner.
Well, I have to tell you, every single thing you have brought out is magic, combining field and flame. Thank you so much. What a gift for Midtown. I am telling you, the next time you're deciding where to go, consider Field and Flame. You will not be disappointed. So much heart into this. So congratulations to you all. And I can't wait to see all of you here too.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
That looks amazing. Thank you, Molly.